Yeah. Yeah.
All right, yeah, but let's move on, man, because I like this direction we're going in, especially with the marketing and stuff like that. But in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, a lot of rock groups were catching flack for their Satan-inspired lyrics. You know, rumors were swirling that if you played certain songs backwards, there would be messages from the devil. News stories were popping up everywhere of, you know, parents who say their kids were possessed by the music, rock records being sold with warning labels all on them and stuff like that. What do you remember about that time as an outsider?
First thing I was trying to figure out, this is before scratching, backspinning, all that shit. What makes a motherfucker play a record backwards in the first place? What made you do that in the first place? Okay. And if you play some shit backwards and you listen carefully, you can probably hear some shit that this, you know, may sound demonic. First of all, the sounds are going to be backwards. So whatever's high is going to be low. Going backwards is going to sound demonic. So why would somebody actually sit there in those days and with a hi-fi stereo, you had to lift the lid up and revert? Is this before scratching? This before backspinning? To go to a stereo and play the record backwards, why would you do that? There was no reason to really do that. There was no reason to do that, but people did it, and they came up with some shit to sound crazy. And for the most part, you know, people bought into it.
Yep. No, even going before that, Lonzo, they used to call jazz the devil's music. And, you know, it's going to make you smoke reefer and make you jump out the window and rape white women and all that. Did your pops ever share any stories like that? Or do you know about that history of jazz being the devil's music?
My mom was a jazz fan. My mom was from Louisiana. So Louisiana, jazz, and hoodoo all go together. Okay? They all go together. All right? Voodoo, hoodoo. You know, it's funny, man. Everybody had, at one point in time, they had voodoo and hoodoo, I guess you want to call it, labeled as being demonic religions. And when you look at the history of them, they're just like any other religion. They just have they're just more in tune with the universe. And that goes to talk about a situation I remember reading about.
Yeah, a lot of them came from Catholicism, right?
Right. And especially over in
Christianity and things.
You know, Haitians, they was kicking ass with the French, using voodoo spells and stuff. Okay, have you heard about that? Have you heard that? People couldn't talk; they were falling dead, teeth fall out.
Of course, yeah. But break it down, though. Break it down.
It was during the Haitian and French War. The high priests, especially the females, especially the women, they knew how to conjure up some things and make. I don't know exactly how it worked. But when the soldiers got here, landowners was dying, just dropping dead. Soldiers come over here, would go to Haiti, teeth would fall out. People couldn't talk. They said it was a spell. Whatever it was, it got French off of Haiti's ass. That's for damn sure. And then they banned the religion because they didn't understand it. They banned the religion because they couldn't understand it. And they made it out to be something terrible. Because, you know, it was like watching Avatar. You know, when you watch Avatar at the end of the movie, when they summon N.W.A heard us, all the animals come out and the animals start lining up and start fighting with the I forgot their name, the blue people. They start fighting with the blue people because they knew if they lost, everything was going to be lost. So for some reason, the universe was N.W.A was the universe, and they were in tune to the universe. They knew how to take care of it, and it just made a big difference, man. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't speak on it, but it just seems to me that they may have a deeper connection than folks want to admit at that point in time. And when people are afraid, well, you're usually afraid of what you don't understand. Stevie wanted to tell you that.
Yep. Yeah, I love that history lesson behind that. That's dope. Now fast forward to 2023, and we have Lil Nas X twerking in the devil's lap. Is hip hop taking a page out of 1970s rock and roll, Lonzo?
Yeah. If you look at some of the imagery you see on some of these concerts, I think it was Beyonce had some legs up there, like some legs up there. She walked out of the hole between the legs like it was a womb. You see a lot of things, man, that make you like, well, why y'all fucking with that? And then you see holidays, that normally weren't. I remember Catholic school. In Catholic school, because I went to Catholic school all my life. They would have a Halloween party, but wouldn't let us dress up like skeletons, ghosts, or anything like that. We could only dress up like farmers and stuff like that. We couldn't do no. And that's what made me say, well, if we can't do this, that's what they celebrating. Because right behind Halloween is Day of the Dead from the Latino holiday, Day of the Dead. Okay, and they kind of coincide. And but the Catholic school, they wouldn't let us dress up as skeletons or anything demonic. No devils, no angels. You could dress up as fairies, but not angels. Most of us came as hobos. That's what we were for Halloween. Hobo was always
that was an easy one back in the day.
Easy.
Stick with the rap.
Stick with the rap. Put your daddy's coat on. Put some daddy's shoes on. Put some of your mama's makeup for dirt, and go begging for candy.
Yeah, that was a good one. They're discussing scary movies in the chat. Lonzo, do you ever watch scary movies?
I don't fuck with scary movies. I just don't. But when I did, probably one that scared me the most was The Entity. I don't fuck with Freddy. I don't fuck with Jason. I don't mess with none of that shit right there because I'd fuck around and kill that. But I don't know how the fuck he's still living. I'd find a way to kill his ass. All that running and shit. No. We don't have.
Hey, I fuck Chucky up. No ass Chucky.
It's gonna be one episode, baby. Okay, it's gonna be one episode. You too small for that shit. Okay, but I understand, and I laugh at Chucky. Chucky's funny to me. Chucky and Chucky's Bride is funny as shit to me. Okay, I love Jennifer Tilly. Okay, Jennifer Tilly is a fine son of a gun. She's 65 years old and
she can get it.
Huh?
She can catch that fade.
She can catch a fade. Okay. But when I saw her playing Chucky's bride to Chucky, I was laughing my ass off. Okay, that shit was just funny to me. But when you started going in the woods and started killing folks and just dismembering people, that's a whole different situation for me. Especially in this day and time when you got people doing shit like that on a regular basis. All right, they may not be doing it with chainsaws, they're doing it with our AR-15s, and that ain't nothing funny about that shit at all. That's nothing